Honor Fam, again, I'm the resident host for The Toughest Talk, AC De Guzman from Honor Philippines. And yun nga, I'm joined by three wonderful guests for today's episode from Yugatech and Manila Shaker. So, hand of applause, everyone.
Ulit!
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Isino, for having us. Of course,
Yeah.
kasama ko dito. Two of my senior teammates. Pakilala na natin.
Sige.
Parang co-host na rin ako.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
No.
Thank you. So, I'm actually joined here today by the founder of Yugatech, Sir Abe, and from Yugatech as well, Sir Wax, and from Manila Shaker, Kath. Okay? Meron lang tayong format dito sa The Toughest Talk on how we usually introduce ourselves, no? So, if you can, introduce yourself in this way. So, sasample lang ko na lang muna. Okay. So, for audience here, so ako si AC De Guzman and tough ako kasi blank. So, magiging ganun ang ating introduction, no? So, who wants to go first?
Sige, unahan ko na, no? So, hi, my name is Abe Olandres. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Yugatech. And tough ako.
Dahil?
Dahil sa tagal ko na dito.
Tama naman, no?
Tumigas na ang kukote ko.
Tama. Resilience. Resilience. Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Wax, Operations Manager of Yugatech. So, tough ako kasi siguro dahil panganay ako. Kaya tough ako.
Grabe naman yun. Tama, shoutout sa lahat ng panganay dyan, mga tough din talaga.
Tayo mga panganay, tough.
Yes.
Tama.
Puro panganay pala
Panganay
tayo
pala.
eh.
Hindi rin pala ako panganay. No? Oh, solid. Ikaw?
Ayan. Hi everyone, I'm Kath Manangkil. Tough ako kasi patient and loyal ako.
Parang
Makakarating.
may something dun na. But thank you for that wonderful introduction, no? So before anything else, of course, our audience wants to know what do you actually do as founder of Yugatech, operations manager, and from one of our publishers, Manila Shaker. So who wants to go first? Kahit just a quick introduction of what you do and how long have you been in this industry and etc.
Well, ito mahaba. So but please forgive me for parang for expounding further, but I started blogging as early as 2002 na hindi pa usang blogging.
Wow.
Yuga is actually, dahil Ilonggo ka pare, is an expression. Yuga? Really?
Oh.
Really?
Galing.
Talaga? Ganon.
Yuga?
Yeah, Yuga. Yuga mo eh. So, that's why naisip ko yun na technology is a very eye-opener. Mahilig ako sa tech nung panahon na yon. The internet was just starting in the Philippines. So, I wanted to share kung ano yung mga natutunan ko sa mga nababasa ko sa magazine, sa newspaper, or kung saan-saan napapanood ko. And that's why I started Yugatech. It was just purely written back then. And then later on, a decade later, I formed a team na since 2012 yata. Until now, ngayon, medyo ilan na tayo? Mga around 15 people in the team. Diverse group of people working on multimedia content. May news, may reviews, social media, and of course yung full length mga YouTube namin sa across all platforms.
I see. But if I may, sir, what was the inspiration behind starting Yugatech back in 2002?
I graduated, ang course ko is chemistry and computer engineering. So mahilig talaga ako sa tech. And I was working for Microsoft Business Solutions in 2002. And sabi ko, ang gusto ko matuto mag-English, pero wala akong platform to practice.
Yeah.
So I started, gumawa ako ng journal na online. Hindi pa siya tawag WordPress
siya
or
blog.
Blogspot, wala pa.
Wala pa.
Live journal. And prior to that, Zanga, GeoCities, mga ganong, hindi nyo na yata naabutan ng live journal, Friendster.
Okay.
So, nag-program ako ng sarili kong parang blog na software. Binibenta ko pa noon $25. Nilalagay ko sa CD. May isang taong bumili. Na-install niya yung blog platform. So, dahil nagpa-practice ako ng English, I graduated at Ateneo, but ang baba ng self-esteem ko about speaking and writing in English, sabi ko mag-practice tayo, nakakahiya. Parang ang jologs kung magsalita or magsulat. So, that was like my daily exercise. Use a specific vocabulary or term in English and isulat ko siya sa journal ko. So, it stuck
Galing.
on from 2002 na araw-araw nagsusulat ako doon.
Ang galing.
Just for, for self-improvement. Ganon. So, later on, hindi ko na-realize na pwede pala siyang maging parang
business.
floundering business, no? Na pwede palang kumita ng pera doon. It took me more than 5 years. Baka nakatikim ng $25 from Google AdSense.
Really?
Oo,
5
5 years. Kasi for me, it was just a passion talaga na matuto and mag-share.
Yeah.
I would go to Green Hills. I would look at kung anong bagong phones dati, yung mga usong phones dati.
Ano ba yung mga phones?
So, yung mga beep, tsaka beep. Joke lang. So, and then, magbubuo ako ng computer from scratch. Kasi uso pa dati magbuo ng computer
good.
from scratch. And then, gagawan ko ng step-by-step tutorial. Ito yung gagawin nyo. Ito yung presyo ng motherboard. Ito yung mga compatible chipsets. Sinusulat ko siya.
Galing.
And may nagko-comment at okay lang. Okay lang. I mean, okay lang sa akin na nag-effort ako ng ganito as long as nakikita kong may natututo rin na ibang tao. Magko-comment talaga. Back then, yung mga nagko-comment sa akin, kilala kong tao because they're there every day. Kahit si Ison, si Derek.
Grabe.
Isa yan sa mga unang nagko-comment high school or college lang yata pa lang siya. Nagko-comment na siya
Galing.
regularly. So, passion became a business. And now, dahil may team na, may business side na, kaya andito na sina Wax.
Growing
at sina Kat.
corporation
Oo,
talaga
growing
siya.
company
Pero
na
kasi I think majority of the successful businesses are started as passion projects talaga. And then, hindi mo siya iniisip as a business venture first. It's really showing the world what you're interested in. And for me personally, Yuga Tech talaga is, since before, kahit hindi lang ako nagko-comment, but it's really my source of updates in terms of what's the newest tech. Actually, the first time I built share ko lang din, no, to extend direct, no? First time I built my own PC back in 2018. One of your vlogs was my reference in terms of, I think there was a budget build that you
May
guys
budget build
released.
kami before.
Nabuo mo ba yung PC mo?
Yes, nabuo ko. Yun yung naging
May
guide
purpose
ko.
pa rin ginagawa namin.
Yes, may purpose. Ang dami yung natutulungan na even if they don't engage, but yun lang. So, just a piece of validation from me personally, one of your fans na nagagamit ko talaga.
Hearing those kinds of stories na sinishare ko rin sa team na this is the reason why ginagawa natin to and this is the reason why we have to go back to our roots. Bakit ba natin ginagawa to?
Yes.
Not just for the sake na may gagawin or makukuha kaming libre or may sponsorship, but because for every person that spends their money based on what we do,
Yes.
may impact, di ba?
Yeah.
So kailangan gawin namin siya as if tinutulungan namin yung nanay namin, lola namin,
Exactly.
or kapatid.
Tama.
Ganoon.
Okay, so kayo naman, Sir Wax. I just want to ask, no, when did you join Yuga Tech and what made you start in this industry?
So, on 2018, nag-start ako. Mag-try lang, nag-email lang ako ng pwede ba mag-intern? Maging
galing.
intern. And then, nag-reply si boss na sure, tapos mag-meet. And then, I was hoping na siya yung mag-interview sa akin, but hindi pala
Hindi.
siya. But eventually, na-accept naman ako. And then, ayun, nag-enjoy ako. After I graduated, nag-full-time na ako sa kanila as a operations specialist and then now operations manager. So, majority kasi ng mga task namin is project-based. So,
I see.
ino-oversee ko lahat ng mga projects yun.
Anong year pa yun, if you can share?
2019, before pandemic.
Wow.
Kasabay ko si Kat when we
magsi-7
started
years na.
full-time.
7 years na.
Magsi-7 na, yes.
What would you say is your experience for the past 7 years? Naku, nandyan yung boss mo sa tabi mo.
Nako, kailangan maganda pala yung sabihin dito eh.
Yan. Magkaka-alaman tayo.
Alaman dito.
Baka mag-iyakan pa kayo.
Dapat maganda yung sabihin ko para may race ako dito.
Anong race? Shareholder na si Wax, ha? So may-ari na rin siya ng Yuga Tech.
Dagdag.
Dagdag.
Grabe naman yun.
So hindi lang yan,
So yun, for the past 7 years, nag-enjoy naman ako and binibigyan kami ni boss ng freedom to do whatever we can to improve in terms of productivity.
That's good.
He is open to experiment. So if we failed, at least we tried and we'll go back kung saan kami nagkamali and then we will continue to improve. Hindi siya takot mag-fail yung mga projects kasi
It's good.
he is also willing to learn in our experiences din.
Tama. Because I think true learning comes in experiencing failure first. You can never learn whatever skill or project or whatever you're studying until you fail.
Tawag ko dyan, tuition fee for learning. That's your tuition fee for
Yun yung
learning.
kailangan mong bayaran muna.
Actually, tama yung sinabi ni Wax, but the actual statement na sinasabi ko palagi is like, it's okay to fail. What is not okay is ni-repeat mo yung failure.
Correct.
Kasi dapat natuto ka doon sa unang failure.
So marami na kaming tuition fee.
Mas magastos pa sa mga sa Ateneo
Sa top
Lasal.
schools. That's actually good, no? So, papin na lang sa comments, direct, yung sinabi ni Sir Abe. Ikaw naman, Miss Kat, no? I understand Manila Shaker is a different style from what Yugatech usually does, no?
Yes.
Can you walk us through what was the parang thinking or logic behind Manila Shaker?
Okay, so siguro I'm gonna give you a bit of a background.
Sure,
muna.
sure.
I started with Yugatech last 2019, almost sabay nga kami
7
ni
years na rin.
Wax. So, hindi talaga ako tech person. As in, hindi talaga. Pero sabi ko, sige, why not try? At least, there's room for improvement.
Okay.
Di, ayun. So, tinanggap ako ni boss, ganyan. For, up until now, I'm Yugatech's accounts manager. And at the same time, Manila Shakers EIC, which is of course, si boss rin yung nagbigay sa akin ng opportunity for that.
Yes.
And nung time na yon, I'm just handling sales sa Yugatech. And then after, siguro mga last 2 years, na may pinropose sa akin si boss na kukunin niya nga daw si Manila Shaker. Baka I'm interested na napatakbuhin nga yung Manila Shaker.
Context pala for our viewers, EIC is editor-in-chief. So, yung top of the top talaga for the blog.
Tapos, nung in-offer sa kayo ni boss, syempre, I was so shocked and at the same time, sobrang laking opportunity siya for me and a very big room for improvement. So, sabi ko, siguro kahit hindi ako ready, sige, try natin.
Okay.
Kasi by that time, sinasabay ko rin yung personal na TikTok account ko. So, I think, yun
so,
yung...
influencer ka rin pala.
Influencer yan.
Content creator.
Sikat yan.
Ako, mamaya ipa-plug niya yung...
Plug mo yun.
Malaman natin yun mamaya.
Tapos, ayun, feeling ko, I don't know if tama yung feeling ko, boss, na baka yun yung dahilan. Siguro, I don't know, nakuitaan mo ng potential yung sa paggagawa ko ng contents personally, and that's why you were able to give me that kind of opportunity.
So yung content creation mo, hindi because you were in Yugatech, just because you were already doing it?
Yes.
Isa yun sa reason, actually.
okay.
Because when we acquired Manila Shaker, the original plan was ibalik ko siya sa original owner, original founder, which was also an old friend of mine who's a really good content creator. Kaya nga lang parang sabi niya, pre, graduate na ako sa content creation, Airbnb, car rental na siya sa Bacolod. Ilonggo din to.
Ilonggo din.
And then so I said,
Grabe.
sabi ko, baka palpak yung plan ko na nag-agree ako to acquire MS and yung very person na I was hoping na magpapatakbo
Yung
nito
palakad,
na wala na, yung original founder. So we scouted around, I asked around, sino kayang pwedeng existing na mga creators in our industry?
To manage.
Some of them are friends or competitor na pwede kayang i-hire ko si ganito, si ganyan. And then there was this one time when every time mag-town hall kami, I ask one person, parang share a Friday tawag ko doon.
Share a Friday.
Share a Friday, bago kami mag-start ng town hall, ng meeting, somebody comes up on the board and presents something that they learned in the past year. Or kung anong expertise nila. Magaling ka mag-Da Vinci, turo mo, 15 minutes. Magaling ka sa TikTok creation, turo mo. It was Kat's time.
Really? Everything's free?
Tinuturo sa teammates lang.
Cool.
para masabing etong natutunan ko this year, natuto ako mag-edit sa CapCut, ito yung
Yeah,
mga learnings ko, ito yung... So, ang shinare ni Kat was like her creation journey. Paano ka ba nagko-conceptualize? Paano mo ini-edit? Ano ba una, story or shoot? Shoot or story? Kasi hindi pa kami ganun ka-familiar with TikTok.
Galing
Oo. So, nag-present siya.
Sharing Friday.
It was a very from zero. Kumbaga, ganun din si Kat. Pag-aralan and matutunan and then i-share. And she has her own business. She breeds American Bullies. Actually, investor din ako sa American Bully niya. So, may joint partnership kami doon. So, andun yung mga criteria ng taong gusto ko as a partner na on their own, may entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
No? Gusto ko yung mga tao, sige mag-sideline kayo, basta wag lang kalabanin sa Yugatech.
Tama.
Mag-sideline kayo, kung pwede pa nga, mag-invest din ako. Ganon din si Wax, actually, entrepreneur din to. Car salesman to.
Grabe.
Mas malaki pa kinikita yun.
Shareholder na.
Shareholder na
car
car salesman.
Backyard, ano lang.
Backyard daw. Ganon, humble pa, di ba? Humble pa. So, I like people na may entrepreneurial kasi aside from content creation, kailangan matuto ka
They have
rin.
the drive
You have the drive. On your own, no? Oo.
Yeah.
So, yun, silang dalawa ka. That's why sa executive team ko talaga gusto ko, may ginagawa ko yung outside of Yugatech
Tama.
na baka may matutunan kayo doon na ma-apply nyo rin dito sa business or sa environment natin. Kaya nung nakita ko siya, sabi ko, let's sit down, may proposal ako sa'yo. Kasi nakita ko yung mga elements na
Galing.
gusto ko sa isang head or sa isang partner, no? So yun, may sarili siyang strategy on her own. Nakakakuha siya ng sa content niya sa TikTok, nakakuha siya ng sponsorship.
Really?
Mga libreng pagkain ng dogs, mga vitamins. So
Galing.
parang nabilib ako na for somebody who started out na wala talaga, walang
no knowledge at
nag-start ng
Walang.
business, gumawa ng content para i-market yung business.
Parang took the leap of faith lang
Wow,
talaga.
parang sabi ko, parang sana ganun din ako.
Galing.
Nasa-challenge ako when people can do that because parang kung siya nga nakayanan niya, dapat ako mas nakayanan ko rin. Ganun.
Ang galing. You guys are very lucky actually. Kasi
Yes.
sobrang bihira lang ng mga tao
Nag-get to-
katulad ni Sir Abe na
Yes.
bibigyan kayo ng opportunity and really seeing your potential eh. And I can see why you guys stayed for 7 years. And I think more than, di ba? To stay for more than 7 years.
Yeah, feeling ko nga hanggang mategi na ako.
Kaya yun yung reason kung bakit
Yeah.
meron kaming parang employee ownership program.
That's good.
Na after 5 years mo sa company, meron ka ng profit sharing or profitability bonus. Dahil ang gusto ko is, di ba, in reality, it's hard to retain employees. Especially the ones who are very competent and the ones who are very good at what they do. So how do you compensate
Keep them.
them and keep them, di ba? Hindi mo kaya minsan from a salary lang. Mahirap kasi maraming opportunity outside.
Na makuha yung salary na
So,
gusto.
kailangan mag-invento ka ng mix of freedom and compensation na ito na yung comfort zone nila and they're willing to sacrifice their time na parang dapat anak mo na si Yugatech. Ang tingin mo kay Yugatech, anak mo na ha. Na kahit matutulog ka, iniisip mo yung yung deadline namin. Parang gano'n. And hindi mo siya iniisip na parang, hay, trabaho na naman. Hay, another deadline na naman.
Either lifestyle or sariling
So
business
by
mo na siya.
compensating them on the profitability of the business, nakita nila pag lumalaki kami, malaki din na natitake
Nakukuha
home nila
nila.
at the end of
Tama.
the year.
Yeah.
And dinadanggal ko nga, eto yung dividendo ni Wax, sana lahat may ganito. Gusto ko lahat kayo later on makatanggap ng itong check-in na to, no?
Galing.
Si Wax kuripot yan, pero nagpakain nung nakatanggap ng check-in.
So, that's for all your employees na
Pag umabot ka ng 5
5
years, may
years.
profitability bonus. And then later on, pag manager level ka, imbis na papapiliin kita, ano gusto mo increase? Cash
Or
or
profit.
shares?
Wow.
Share na ownership.
Kaya nga eh. And iba yung feeling kasi pag stakeholder ka ng isang company.
Yun talaga, naniniwala ako sa stakeholder
Tama.
mindset.
Number 1, you get validated. Number 2, you feel like you're a part owner, not only of your job, but it's your own business na pag nagkaroon ka na ng ganun. Ang galing. So, for all the employers out there, if hiring si Sir A, message lang ang comment down below.
Kaming hiring, we're always open to people.
Ayun. That's good. So,
Meron
very
kami tinatawag na
inspirational.
incubation. Basta andun yung puso mo and you're willing to learn.
Tama.
We will get you for 6 to 1 year na wala kang halos contribution. Basta natututo ka lang, nakikita namin
That's
na gumagaling ka.
Totoo.
Kaya minsan, ang tawag nga namin doon, sayang yung oras, no?
Kasi usually, nag-hire si boss, hindi naman dahil magaling yung tao na doon, but
Bring
dahil
out the
may
potential.
potential and gusto niya talaga yung tech. Pag nag-hire kami, usually, kahit hindi siya marunong magsulat
Yes.
or any production skills, basta mahal niya yung ginagawa niya, lalo na sa tech, then he will try. Kasi
Mag-spend kami ng
Oo.
time and effort.
Lagi kasing niya, hindi siya takot mag-fail sa mga laging
Galing.
nakikita niya yung
Saka
potential.
when I started out, wala din naman akong alam sa tech. Wala din akong alam. Basahin mo yung 2007 review ko ng Nokia E71. As in, baku-baku yung English ko doon. 400 words. Ngayon, minimum sa amin, 1,500 words mag-review. At kompleto pa yan. As in, may benchmarks, may mga kung ano. No. So I started out, wala rin. Hindi rin ako marunong magsalita, hindi rin ako marunong magsulat. Nag-learn na rin din ako.
Tama.
So iniisip ko na, what if meron ka pang mentor? May nagtuturo
Yun
pa
nga.
sa'yo, may environment na mag-harness ng curiosity mo.
That's the keyword. Basta kailangan curious. And for you, sir, parang everyone has the same opportunity for growth as long as they have the drive to do it. Okay. Galing. Quick icebreaker lang.
Okay.
Papalamig lang ng konti for our hot topics. No? So, this segment is called This or That. So, para siyang fast talk of one of talk shows out there.
Okay.
Na kilala rin naman. So, first question. No? So, this is open for all of you guys kung sino gustong sumagot. Or tawag na lang
Ito,
ako ng isang
kayang-kaya to ni
random.
Wax.
Oh, sige,
Lagi
sige.
na.
Si Wax. So,
Ako
kailangan
naman
to
ang
sagutin in the first 3 seconds lang, no?
Ganun
Pwede
ka
ba
bilis?
5 na lang?
Pass,
3
pass,
seconds.
next. Ganun.
So,
Pass,
so
next.
first question. Color message. Wax.
Color
1, 2.
Color message.
Tagal.
Color text.
Message.
Message.
Color text.
May Y pa ba to, direct? May Y pa ba to?
Wait.
Oh, may Y daw pero 1 sentence lang.
Mas mas papraning ako pag call. So, mas detailed kapag message yung sasabihin ko.
Okay. So, para kay Kat. Laptop or smartphone?
Smartphone.
Why?
Because halos lahat na pwede mong gawin sa smartphone. And as a matter of fact, I also edit videos in my smartphone na rin, lalo na kapag mabilisan.
Grabe. Grabe na tech ngayon, no? Sir Abe, long battery life or thin smartphone?
Thin smartphone.
Why?
Because there's a saying that your lifestyle follows your salary.
Yeah.
Kung tumataas salary mo,
Tataas
mag-Starbucks
ang
ka na
lifestyle
rin,
mo.
di ba?
Correct.
Ganon din ang sa tingin ko yung habit ng tao. Pahabain mo yung battery life ng phone,
The more you use it.
the more din gagamitin ng tao yon. So nagsumusunod yung behavior ng tao kung ano yung meron siya. Kung paiksiin mo yung battery niyan at gusto mo manipis, magre-ready na yan siya ng charger, power bank. Kasi alam niya, after 5 hours, mag-recharge na siya. Or maglalagay na siya ng wireless, yung parang mag-safe style battery, di ba?
So parang mababawasan yung tendency of doom scrolling.
Oo.
Valid point. Sige. So since na-mention mo ikaw yung editor kanina on your phone, so what do you prefer? Adobe Photoshop or Canva?
Canva.
Bakit?
Canva is much easier to navigate. And there are
Okay.
templates na din na if, for example, yung deadline is mabilis. So there's Canva to use some templates and then iayos mo na lang, tweak it the way you want it.
Ang swerte nyo Canva, no? May free pa kayong ad placement dito. Para kay Sir Wax, natural picture or with enhancement when taking photography?
Natural picture.
Because?
Kasi mas mas mabilis lang sa oras. And kapag natural yung basis mo, sa shot mo pa lang dapat maganda na. Unlike kapag enhance. Ewan ko sa mga photography. Siyempre sa
Nag-agree ba ang
photography,
photographer natin?
May point si Wax. Because pag natural, wala nang post.
Walang post-process.
Ibig sabihin, pinaghirapan mo yung framing, pinaghirapan mo yung angulo, pinaghirapan mo yung lighting. Kasi yung iba, shoot and then edit later, di ba? Okay din naman yung ganong philosophy, pero pareho kami ni Wax na
So, ganun sa start pa lang.
Sa start pa lang, ganda.
ayusin mo na, no?
Okay. And this question is for all three. Cash or digital payment, which is a very hot topic right now. So, who wants to go first? Ayan.
Digital payment.
Sige. Because.
Kasi may habit ako na tinatrack ko lahat ng mga expenses ko. And mas madaling itrack siya kapag digital, unlike sa cash.
Digital payments too. Kasi parang kapag kunwari magkikarry ka ng malaking halaga ng pera and you don't want it for cash, or kunwari kung magko-commute ka, it's not really safe for you. So, digital payments.
Okay.
Kaya lang hindi mo ramdam kung marami kang pera or wala. No?
Ayun lang.
Makapal yung wallet eh. Parang, or naka-rubber band. Di ba? Dati nung makakalimutin ako, so bago ako pumasok sa kotse, ang sasabihin ko sa utak ko, susi, wallet, cellphone. Susi, wallet, cellphone.
Tapos kapa.
Kapa. Ngayon, susi, cellphone. Susi, cellphone. Wala na yung wallet.
Kaya minsan hirap tayo pag walang
Walang
digital
cash.
payment yung kakainan.
I was about to ask, paano nga pag ganun? Let's say you're in the province on vacation and there's no option for digital payment. Anong diskarte yung gagawin yun nun?
Ako usually, kapag alam kong aalis ako na gano'n, mag-withdraw na ako. Pag pupunta
May handa
ako.
na.
Yes, may
Pati
handa na.
nagre-research kami if may cell coverage yung pupuntahan.
Wow.
Or,
Dati nga may
Before,
Starlink pa tayo, no?
grabe.
Bago
Nagdadala
pa.
kami ng Starlink
Starlink pa.
na mobile.
Kaya yung nasya-shock lang kami kapag nandito sa Metro Manila and then yung isang store,
Wala
walang
pang
digital
digital
payment. Kasi pag sa province, expected na namin na magka-cash kami pag nandun.
Ewan ko kung hindi nila na-try, but recently, palagi kong sinasabi, yung ATM, tumatanggap ng QR code.
For
BDO,
withdrawals.
BPI, withdrawal code. So kahit
BDO,
hindi mo
yeah.
dala wallet mo,
Pwede na
just in
nga.
case, punta ka ng bayan, withdraw ka via QR code.
Kaso minsan lang may delay.
Hindi, no?
Pero
Minsan ang tagal ko doon, binabalibag ko yung cellphone ko.
kinakabahan na ako eh. Pero it still works.
Actually, ang tagal ko ng mga a year na akong walang ATM. Pero nakakapag-withdraw pa rin ako. So the QR code.
It's helpful, no? Okay. So, that's it for our this and that segment. Ang next nating topic right now is very high school. Well, high school for me.
Kasi edad mo lang kaya to.
But,
Tanong mo ilang taon na to. Walang ganyan.
lahat tayo dito 25.
Yun.
Very slam book kasi yung atake ng mga
Okay.
questions natin dito, no? Sige, so my first question is for Sir Abe first. What was the most sige, number one is what was the first gadget that you used? And number two is what do you think is the most memorable gadget that you used?
The first gadget that I used was, ano man tawag dito? Game Boy? Yung may Mario?
Color?
Yung color?
Ah.
Oo, kasi may mga uncles were mga seaman ng mga tiyain natin, di ba? Si
sa
Uncle
top.
Boy. Seaman.
Lahat tayo may Uncle Boy.
Oo. But then, ang isa kong uncle who used to work for Boeing, nag-uwi siya ng electronic chessboard. Hindi, wala pang computer dati, walang internet. But it was a chessboard na ikakabit mo sa RS-23, sa phone lines. At pwede kang maglaro ng chess sa mga ibang chess players anywhere in the world.
Without the internet.
Without the internet, via the telephone line lang. Ang galing nun. Sobrang namangha ako nun. And then, he also bought in, ang favorite gadget ko was a 286 DX4 60 Hertz na green screen computer. Kasi hindi na kami kailangan mag-typewriter. Itatype ko na ng yung thesis paper ko nung high school.
Hindi kami makarelate eh.
Hindi siya makarelate.
286D.
Does an electronic typewriter apply? Kasi may electronic typewriter din dati. Itatype mo muna one whole sentence, press enter, and then itatype niya yung buong
Pero yun
So
pa rin
kung
yung
magkakamali ka, pwede kang mag-backspace.
Backspace?
May
Oo,
gano'n,
may electronic
gano'n.
typewriter. Tapos ang backspace niya, white out din, na same letter. Pero yung ribbon na puti, yung lalabas, tapos pipindutin niya yung letter. Ang galing nun. Sobrang namangha ako na, wow, hindi ako wipe out sa thesis paper ko. And then, nung nauso na yung 286 na DX4 na And then, all time, sorry, magpa-plug ako, LX300 na Epson. Gumagana ng printer. As in,
Mas naunang printer.
300 pesos lang cartridge nun, pero kaya mag-print nun ng 1,000 bond paper.
Talaga?
Baliktarin mo lang or di kaya lagyan mo ng tinta.
Mas-
that matrix.
Mas interesting talaga yung tech dati versus now. How about you, Wax? Same question from Sir Abe.
Siguro yung memorable sa akin na tech. Hindi kasing luma nung sa kanya.
Grabe.
Game Boy na
Advance?
ata. Yung nilalagyan pa ng ilaw
Advance,
pag
yung
madilim.
horizontal.
Oo. Yun
Mga
yung
pang-Pokemon.
Yun yung
Okay.
yun yung naabutan ko ng pinaka old tech siguro.
I doubt.
Hindi na nagamit ko.
Okay.
Really? How about you?
Oldest tech, Brit game? I'm not sure if it's...
Yung
Ito ba yung
Famicom?
1,000 in 1?
1001 na may Tetris?
Na Tetris?
yes!
Alam ko rin yan.
200.
Ang ganda nga nun. Bakit
Diba?
siya memorable?
Yun
sir?
nga lang ang hirap kasi kapag, syempre, madilim, di mo na siya magagamit eh.
Oo.
Yung
May
ilaw.
overfilling attachment ng
Ganun din
ilaw.
sa Game Boy eh.
Oo. Ikaw, AC, without revealing your age.
Most memorable?
Most memorable.
I think it would be Game Boy Advance din. I think
Sana all may pera.
I spent maybe more than 10,000 hours on that thing just playing Pokemon dati. So yun. This is specifically for Sir Abe din, no? This is regarding your Yugatech journey. I think na-answer na to kanina sa introduction, but how and when did you start blogging? But in terms of, can you elaborate your experiences for your success and your hardships? Parang, was the journey smooth or was it rough? Or how would you say was your overall experience in getting where you're at, where you are at right now?
Parang looking back, no, I remember, hindi pa uso yung internet, na kailangan mo umuwi sa bahay para makapagsulat. I never skipped a single day. From 2002 to 2010, not a single day na nakapagsulat ako sa blog. December 25, Merry Christmas. January 1, Happy New Year. Pupunta ako ng probinsya, I will write sa blog ko, guys, in the next 2 days, I will be away on the province. And wala akong computer na dala, wala akong internet. But don't worry, nag-schedule na ako ng blog post for the next 2 days. So, para may mabasa kayo.
May scheduling na rin.
May scheduling na rin dati. Oo. And for me, it was as easy and as comfortable as waking up and brushing your teeth. Disiplina kasi siya. For me, it was a lesson in discipline na araw-araw dapat may naiisip ka na parang kang may alaga.
Galing.
Alam mo yung nauso yung Tamagotchi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oo, nung
Yeah.
late 90s na araw-araw kailangan mong pakainin kung di
Oo,
mamamatay yung
mamamatay,
pet mo.
oo.
Yung vlog ko parang ganun din siya. Araw-araw kailangan magsulat ako.
Grabe.
Para lang mabuhay siya. Kasi alam ko, every morning when I wake up, nauso dati yung Who's Online na feature sa vlog. Makikita mo kung ilan yung nagbabasa ng vlog mo. So may kita ko, may 150 people na nag-aabang sa homepage. Nako, kailangan ko na magsulat kasi nag-aantay na sila. Ano kayang susulat ko? So andun na-build yung sense ko na, vloggable to ah. Pwedeng isulat to. Parang may keen eye ka na ngayon na lahat ng bagay na sa tingin mo, interested ka, isusulat mo. For me, it was like as natural as if, alam mo ba, may nakita ako sa Green Hills, pwede ka palang mag-copy ng MP3 songs, 125 songs sa isang CD. Yan, 100 pesos lang.
Bali, storytelling experience.
Sa mga kaibigan mo. So, when I write for my blog, it's as if nakipagkwentuhan lang ako sa mga kaibigan ko.
Galing.
Kasi sila din, nagbabasa din sila. Kaya tuloy minsan doon sa comment section, si Ison, yan, or si Abu Salsal, si Mang Kanor, ganun yung, these are people na regular talaga araw-araw magko-comment. And then, it kept me grounded because dapat lahat ng sabihin ko, parang you're exposing yourself. Kung hindi mo alam, hindi mo alam. Hindi ako nagmamarunong na alam ko lahat. For me, I'm just engaging in a conversation, it doesn't mean na ako ang
Tama.
nagbablog, ako yung magaling. Ako yung mas maraming alam.
Tama.
It's more like, eto may na-encounter ako. Mayroon ba sa inyo nakakaalam kung ano na to? Ano to?
Tama.
Oo. Can you explain? Kasi naguluhan ako nung nakita ko na shock ako. Bago ba to? Luma ba to? Hindi, ngayon ko lang ba to na-encounter? So for me, it was a daily conversation with my readers. So para siyang nakipag ano ka lang, no? Parang Dear Diary
Tama.
sa radyo.
Para lang nagsishare ng journal
Nag-share
mo
ka
to
lang
the
ng
world.
journal mo. Pero it just so happened na purely tech lang yung inaano ko.
That's okay.
Sinishare ko.
I have a follow-up question. No? So, since the times have changed, if you had the chance to do it all over again, do you think you'll get the same success as you have right now?
I think I would have gotten better, way better success because when I started, I was advertising averse. Ayoko
Okay.
ng sponsorship, ayoko ng advertiser, ayokong kumakausap sa brand. Dati, pag makipag-invite sa akin si Nokia na, can we meet with you? Can we have coffee? Can we ganito? Pag uwi ko niyan, may dala akong review unit na cellphone. Sasabihin ko, yung phone na to, pinahiram sa akin, tapos nilibre pa ako ng kape, tapos binigyan pa ako ng cookies. Para alam nyo na may nakuha ako during the
Yeah.
conversation and I hope hindi to mag-affect sa sinulat ko na review.
Tama.
And dati, I spend around $500,000 a year buy sell
ads.
ng gadgets na pwede kong i-review. Ayaw kong
Sponsored.
pinapahiram ako.
Bakit?
Kasi pag pinapahiram ako, baka mahiya ako doon sa...
Sa brand.
Baka hindi ko masulat yung gusto kong sabihin. Pero kung ako bumili, as a user sabihin ko, alam mo, binili ko to pero pangit talaga yung keyboard. Ganon. And sasabihin ko siya from a perspective of a consumer. Pero kung pinahiram sa akin, hindi ko masabing
Tama.
as a consumer kasi hindi
Correct.
naman ako yung bumili.
Correct. Kasi may unconscious bias.
May unconscious
na,
bias. Not because I fear na hindi na ako papareviewin ulit. And I've had so many experience na ban ako, na block ako, na
Yeah.
blacklist. Okay
Yeah.
lang yun. Kasi for me, ang trabaho ko para sa readers. And for 5 years, ni 5 wala akong kinita. Why would I be afraid to do it again? Na ginagawa ko nga siya ng libre. How much more na alam kong ngayon, ang dami ng ways para i-monetize yung ginagawa.
Okay.
Had I known, siguro, well, thinking of it, maybe that's also the reason why the newer generation, when they start creating content, andun yung mindset na may pera kasi dito. Merong incentivized ang gagawin ko. Back then, when we were doing it, it's purely out of passion. Wala akong ini-expect ni 5, gastos ko pa siya. Pero ngayon, lahat na makikita mo tuloy na iisip na, ginagawa lang yan dahil may libre, may pamigay, or gano'n. And not that I'm blaming, had it been na ngayon ako nagsimula, baka rin rin ako,
Ganun
ma-influence din ako ng ganong mindset. Kaya dati when I was starting out, mas leaning towards journalism ako, yung mga sinusundan ko, sina Malu Mangaha, sina Jessica Safra, Manuel L. Quezon, kasi sila naging colleagues ko rin sa mga seminars, kasi nagsi-seminar ako about blogging as a tool for democracy.
Vlogging.
Kasi dati, di ba, the only way you can share your thoughts or your opinions
It's
sa
through
TV,
writing.
sa radyo, sa print, sa magazine.
That's true.
Dati nung nauso
Wala pang
internet,
social media.
anybody can share their thoughts and opinions on the internet. Doon lang yung precipice siguro ng trajectory ko na when I started out, journalism ang mindset ko. Kasi eto yung mga taong nag-influence sa akin bakit ako nagsusulat. I did not have that ambition na sana one day maging sikat ako na vlogger or magaling ako magsulat kasi tinitingala ko sila. Sabi ko, ang vlogging para lang yan sa mga magagaling magsulat. Then later on, sinabihan ako ni former USEC Manuel L. Quezon, vlogging is not about writing. Vlogging is about sharing, engaging, and engaging. So kahit sinulat mo yan in Ilonggo, Taglish or whatever, as long as you get your message across, that's it. You've done your work. You've shared your knowledge.
Wow. Grabe. Chills. Chills. Nakinig lang ako the whole time. Wala na ako na side comment doon. Very inspiring, Sir Eve. Thank you. Thank you for that. No. I hope sa viewers natin, you take that as an opportunity na if you're questioning yourself, what if or should I start now? I think that's the best advice that they could give you is do it not because there's incentives, but because you're doing it out of passion and for the viewers. Okay. So my next question naman is for Miss Kat, no. I know that you have a very successful career. So, do you want to share any notable achievements you've had? And again, similar to Sir Abe, what was the journey in getting into your achievements? So, there.
The biggest achievement would be being Manila Shakers editor-in-chief, which is of course opportunity na binigay ni Boss Abe sa akin. And nagsimula ako actually sa nasa Yugatech ako as an accounts manager. Nasa sales side kasi ako. So I'm not really in the production side, pero as an ABCom graduate, sabi ko I really want to create contents. So that's when I started na gumawa ng sarili kong TikTok page. Kasi that time, parang sobrang booming na talaga ni TikTok. It's all over the internet. So sabi ko, sige, why not try? And I have pets with me na sabi ko, parang I want it to be pets niche. So parang mga pampag-good vibes lang.
Talaga?
Ganon.
Pre-pandemic pa to or nung pandemic?
Pre-pandemic pa.
Okay.
Then tapos, hanggang sa may na-post akong video ng dog ko which made it really viral na I think umabot ng 3.8 million views. Tapos doon na nag-start lahat na dapat kumbaga parang for fun lang siya hanggang sa may mga lumalapit na brands for sponsorships. Basically, hindi kami masyado nag-a-ask for sponsorships, sila yung lumalapit. And then, siguro it took me 2 years and nasa 100K plus followers na ako ngayon.
Okay.
Pero nag-laylow ako now because I started my new TikTok, which is it's Kath na more on fitness journey naman and lifestyle. Kumbaga parang magkaroon lang ng diversion sa more on pets, and then kasi syempre sa pets naman hindi mo sila stage, 'di ba? Hindi mo sila madadirect.
Lahat impromptu.
And then ayun, nag-start ako ng sarili ko na ako naman yung spotlight. And then ayun, I'm already at I think 30K plus viewers, and maximum views is around 7 million views na yung isa kong video. And lahat yon is nagkaroon ako ng ideas is because sa Yugatech din. So, there are areas na meron lang ako in-improve. Kumbaga kasi syempre, nasa lifestyle ako, sila sa tech. And that's when Boss and I talked about na si Manila Shaker, imbes na gawin nating kagaya ni Yugatech na very professional. Let's do it na lifestyle/professional, which is, yun din yung identity ko. So that's why we lean towards the lifestyle part.
Just a follow-up question rin, no? Can you walk us through like, paano ba yung thought process mo in terms of what you should write or what types of content you should push out for Manila Shaker?
Okay. What I should write, ngayon kasi it's more on experience na talaga. Kumbaga, as a consumer, kumbaga, first-hand experience for the consumers. And then, that's where I will do, kunwari, mga multimedia tasks sa phone, or I'll go somewhere with the phone and use it. Kumbaga, magiging main driver ko na siya. And after that, kumbaga, yung experience na yun na yung magiging pinaka-review ko. And then the last part is yung thoughts. Overall thoughts dun sa paggamit ko dun sa unit. So, ayun siya,
Parang
more on
POV
experience
siya, no? Parang
yes,
POV siya.
POV.
POV from POV ni Kat.
So,
Parang taken into consideration yung personality niya, yung lifestyle niya. Versus si Yugatech na POV ng
Tech-heavy.
general population. Very
Tama.
very institutionalized si Yugatech. Hindi siya personality, institution siya. Versus ang MS, na ang approach is POV
of
ng
the end user.
end
End
user
users,
na ito yung profile. Female, sporty, 20 to 30 years old, mga ganong ano. Para makarelate yung mga audience. So.
Basically, the main difference between Yugatech and Manila
Manila
Shaker
Shaker.
is Yugatech is really for the
Tech-savvy,
tech-informed,
yes.
tech-savvy, which is to the point na gusto na malaman yung refresh rate ng phone or whatever versus MS, I bought this phone, I bought this unit.
Bakit
This is
bagay
how
sa
I can
akin?
use it.
Bakit bagay sa
For-
ginagawa ko?
Very consumer-friendly siya.
So parang to complete the customer journey, ito yung mismong tech details, hardware, whatever.
Yes.
Tas sikat or sa MS, yung sa paano siya nagagamit, paano siya applicable sa
The
buhay
principle
ko.
behind it is that, sabi ko, pag panoorin ng video namin, and then after that, papanoorin ng video niya, nadagdagan. Hindi lang naulit.
Tama.
So pagkatapos mo panoorin sa amin yung video na andun yung specs, andun benchmarks, maghahanap ka pa, bagay ba to sa akin kasi
Correct.
ganito ako.
Correct,
Gusto ko kasi yung
correct,
selfie
correct.
palagi ginagamit. Hindi mo yun makikita sa Yugatech. Sa MS makita mo na yun. Oh.
Correct. Okay. Good. Thank you for that, no? So, Sir Wax, syempre, ikaw rin dapat may share
Wala ko, di na ako
ka.
kasali.
So, ito, very Miss Universe question. What do you love about what you're doing right now?
Freedom.
Freedom, ano?
Wow, bakit?
Ano to yung
Hindi,
Irish
kasi-
movie na si ano?
Why freedom? Why would you say freedom?
Kasi yung line of work ko with Boss and Yugatech, hindi siya parang naglilimit yung time ko. So, we are very flexible. Nagagawa ko yung mga bagay na gusto ko. Like, mahilig ako magmotor, nakakapag-rides ako, Hindi siya yung work na kailangan nandyan ka
This
lang
or that,
parati.
no?
Oo,
Hindi yung-
this or that. Hindi mo kailangan mamili. Pwede mo
Bahay
silang,
or buhay? Anong tawag doon? Buhay
pwede mo
or...
silang pagsabayin and
Work is life balance yung
Oh,
gano'n.
work is life. Ganon na ganon.
Talaga.
ganun
True
yung
definition.
Life balance.
Kasi parang yung time na sinasabi ni boss, hindi niya mabibigay monetarily yung
Lahat-lahat ng hihingin nila, hindi mo
hindi mo
mabibigay.
mabibigay. Pero yung time na binibigay niyang extra para sa amin to have other things to do, yun yung mas na-appreciate ko.
Grabe.
Yun.
Yeah.
Balik pa rin sa'yo.
Parang,
May 60-second limit yata yung
Balik pa rin
Miss
sa'yo, no,
Universe.
Sir
boss,
Abe,
parang
no?
may gusto na siyang sabihin.
Actually, natutunan ko yan. When I was starting out in 2002, sabi ko nga before, I work with Microsoft. And sa Microsoft, very results-oriented or output-oriented. So, we were given a task and then we were given a deadline. Ikaw na
Up to
bahala
you.
ko ng gagawin mo. So, there were two kinds of people in the office, in our team. The first kind of person is that i-rush na yung project niya, i-rush na yung section ng segment ng project niya, tapusin niya earlier. May 2 days siyang libre, either mag-aaral siya ng masteral, or mag-gym siya,
Galing,
or mag-aaral siya ng sports, di ba? And then, may second type of person.
Take your time.
Ang tawag ko doon, manilay-nilay, wal muna. Pag malapit ng deadline,
Crammer.
Ka-crammer. Oh. So sabi ko, I was part of the first type of person na tapusin
Tapusin
ko na
lahat.
yung trabaho ko and then,
Saka
na ano siya.
magwalwal.
Oo.
Nakabaliktad tayo.
Balik na ako.
Uwamin, nako.
iba yung naging effect sa kanila. Pero yun nga eh, it depends on the person kung paano
Yeah,
niya
yeah.
appreciate yung oras na yun. Kasi nung time na yun, nakita ko na incentivized pag mauna ka. So sa team namin noon, dito kami lang sa Ortigas din, sa Equitable PCI Building. Pag matapos
Equitable.
kami ng maaga, sasabihin ng teammate, guys, kailan alas 5 tapos na tayo, tapos Dota na. So kung hindi ka matatapos,
okay.
hindi ka kasama sa Dota.
Grabe inspirasyon
Oo,
yan,
diba? So, ganun sana yung gusto ko na pag matapos tayo lahat, tara, Dota tayo, tara, ML na. Ganon. Oo.
Tama. Honor, baka naman. Baka ganun din tayo. Thank you. Ito, question for all. So, if you could share experiences din, no? What would be your favorite smartphone feature? Sige, starting from you. Tapos, pag ganun kay sir.
Obviously, camera.
Okay. Why?
Okay, why? Kasi I shoot na din using my phone eh. Since I'm a lifestyle content creator, gusto ko everything is handy. Everything is portable. So you should do everything na gamit lang yung smartphone. So, ayun, nagsushoot ako using my smartphone camera na din.
So, would you say because of the advance of technology, no, and especially the upgrades of smartphones, content creation became more accessible
Yes.
versus before.
Super. Kasi before, kailangan mo pa ng DSLR cameras, di ba? Para makapag-shoot ka ng magandang quality ng video. But now, smartphone cameras, meron na din parang DSLR effect. Some can shoot up to 8K at 30 FPS na.
Ikat ko si Kat kasi naabutan niyo ba yung year na lahat ng tao may sablay-sablay na Canon 70D? Kasi yun yung time ng creators.
Part ako
Canon
nun, sir.
70D.
Ako rin, ganun din
Sa
ako.
mall, naglalakad ng mga tao, may nakaano dito na kami
Nakasabit dito.
70D.
Yun mismo yung gamit
yun,
ko din.
yun.
Okay. How about you, Sir Wax?
Siguro ako, battery life and processor.
Oh,
Kasi,
very specific. Bakit?
madalas, during early times din, na madalas games talaga sa phone na lang ako naglalaro. And minsan, mga high demanding titles yung nilalaro, which kailangan ng mga mataas na specs. And most importantly, yung battery. Kasi ayokong naglalaro na nakadangle yung
Charger.
charging cable dun sa phone. Kaya yun yung mas priority ko.
So masasabi mo bang hindi mo kaya umalis ng bahay na less than 60% yung battery percent mo?
Oh, actually.
Sabi na, yes tayo. Ganun din ako eh. Gusto ko
Mas
at
gusto
minimum
ko full
80.
charge bago
Full
ako
charge.
umalis.
Tama.
Medyo praning kasi ako pag sa mga
Diba?
battery.
Okay. How about you, Sir Abe?
Lumaki ako na once a week lang nagcha-charge. Kasi kung naka Nokia 5110 ka ba naman, abutin ka ng 10 araw bago ka mag-recharge, di ba? So kung tanong mo hanggang ngayon, I really like phones regardless no kung budget or mid-range or high-end na ang galing sa battery optimization. Not hindi lang mataas ang battery capacity kasi sometimes capacity does not spell it all eh.
Correct.
Minsan optimization. Makita mo na kahit maliit lang yung battery nila pero okay
Matagal.
yung optimization. Pag low power mode, ang galing. Naaabutan ka ng the next day. Low
Tama.
power mode, kahit 1%, andyan pa rin. And then charging technology. Kasi nga, how far can we get in terms of battery capacity? 10,000 milliamp, 20,000. Magiging power bank
Power
na yung
bank na yung
cellphone
cellphone,
natin.
exactly.
But what if one day, every time ipatong mo yung cellphone mo, 3 minutes later, fully charged ka na?
Wow.
To the point na ang
Actually.
mindset natin, hindi na natin kailangan mag-recharge. Right?
That's a good point.
Na kahit 5,000 milliamp lang yung battery mo, basta maya-maya, pag ihulog mo dyan, key charging mo
charge
yan,
na.
malay natin na Qi 5.0 na.
Ah.
Na kahit anong angulo ng pagkahulog mo sa mesa mo, or merong charging na may ilaw eh. May technology na yung ilaw, pwede siya
Charge yung phone?
mag-charge yung phone. Parang microwave.
Really?
Oo. So wirelessly, kahit saan, pwede mag-charge yung phone mo. So for me, I think ultimately yung technology ng charging should be mapapababa rather
Okay.
than the ano. Of course, may mga technological limitations ngayon dahil pagbilisan mo yung charging, nag-overheat, may decay yung battery.
Yeah,
Pero
yeah.
kung ma-solve natin yon, battery capacity will no longer be an issue.
That's true.
Right?
So, charging efficiency is greater than battery capacity, for you. Okay. Sige. Thank you for that. No. So, for our next segment, actually, this is the reason why it's called the toughest talk. So, we are gonna go towards our toughest questions yet. So, these questions are...
Hindi pa yung tough yung tanong mo kay Wax, ha?
Hindi pa. So, yung mga tipong ano yung square root ng pi, yung mga ganun. So, first question is, you guys are, I would say, ano tawag dito? The pioneers of your industry. And you get to experience the latest innovations. So, what are the things that you usually look for whatever device you're trying to review, the units you're getting, or basically, what do you look out for when reviewing any kind of tech? So, who wants to go first or
Ikaw na muna.
Ikaw as a consumer, ikaw mahilig tong magana eh. Ikaw nagsasabi kung maganda o hindi, di ba? Tinatanong kita, Wax, okay ba to?
Medyo ano ako eh. So ako, dahil naka-experience kami ng mga phones na bago, usually high-end lang yung tinatry ko.
Same
Like the
goes.
foldables.
Bias ka
kasama,
na bias
kasama,
ka eh.
kasama naman siguro honor dyan, no?
Yun nga yung gamit ko actually. Yung Honor na Magic B5. So,
Yan.
ngayon, dahil
So
feeling
tough
ko
naman, tough.
tough
Okay,
naman.
pakita mo.
Tough naman.
Nasaan ba?
Pakita mo raw.
This is not a
Flex
plug.
mo
Para
kaya?
sure,
Flex lang.
para...
Para sure lang na hindi
Sabi
scripted.
mo.
Na hindi
Oo,
scripted.
scripted, no?
Kasi
Sige.
napansin ko, yung mga foldable ngayon, para na rin siyang mga standard na slab phone na wala na ganong compromise like sa kapal and sa battery. So, ang kagandahan lang sa foldable, then may flexibility ka na kapag more on productivity yung gagawin mo, pwede mo siyang i-unfold
Larger
and then mas malaki yung screen mo para either mag-work, mag-excel. And kapag ayaw mo na ulit nung malaking screen, pwede ka nang mag-back to regular slab phone na
Okay.
feeling ko nagawa naman niya. Kasi pag naka-fold siya, para lang din siyang normal na phone na lang.
Okay.
And yung nipis niya, minsan mas manipis pa siya kaysa sa normal na
Normal na
slab.
slap phone. So, ito, I have a follow-up question. No? So, for phones, what do you usually, or general tech, what do you usually look for? Spec heavy or practicality?
Kung consumer.
As an end consumer.
Practicality.
Because?
Kasi when bibili ako ng phone, I'll make sure na tatagal yon. Minimum na sa akin siguro mga 3 years. So, i-take in consideration ko yung unang-una, yung specs. Kasi dapat hindi siya babagal within yung minimum ko na 3 years. And then yung software update. Kasi regardless kung gaano kaganda yung specs niya, if hindi naman siya tatagal in terms of updates, yun, mas rin siya.
Maiwanan ka, no?
Tama.
And lastly, siguro dahil resale value. Kasi
Doon talaga. Actually, last na lang niya.
resale value.
Kasi
Kasi
binibenta agad ni Wax eh.
hindi, kasi syempre, kapag mag-upgrade ka to another phone, usually yung tendency ng consumer is di-dispose nila yung old phone nila
Yeah.
in order na makadagdag dun sa panibagong phone na bibilin nila.
Okay.
Yan.
Thank you. My next question is in relation with short format content. So, do you want to take this? I think
Okay, let's
cut talaga
try.
yan, no?
okay. So the question is, we are currently facing a rise in short form content. Actually, mas nagiging na nga siya eh,
Mainstream.
primary focus and mainstream
Yes.
of content creation. With the boom of short form, what do you think is the advantage of introducing devices versus long form format?
Well, for sustaining contents, okay talaga si short form. Kasi, alam mo yun, yung parang, yung attention span kasi ng readers ngayon and consumers, sobrang konti na lang siya. So, people
Kumbaga,
want to...
goldfish. Ganun.
Yes, people want to watch everything. Siguro, perhaps under a minute. And then if kunwari na hook sila dun sa ginawang short form, that's where they will transition to long form because gusto nilang malaman yung detailed about dun sa device na yon, from the short form.
Well, we call it attention versus intention.
Yes.
Short form
That's good.
caters to attention. Gusto
Yeah.
mo lang
Ma-hook.
ma-expose or ma-hook ang mga tao. But if they have intention, dun sila sa long form.
Dun
Intention to
mag-research.
buy, intention to learn further.
That's good.
But intention to buy is mostly sa long form.
So it really goes hand in hand. Hindi dapat siya separately. So,
Actually, yung trend na yan, even in the last 2 decades siguro, no? For example, billboards, they are attention seekers. Nakita ko sa billboard, i-search ko nga. Dadaan ka ng Google, mabasa mo sa blog, may full review. Ngayon, hindi na mauso yung billboard, hindi na mauso yung radio plugs, hindi na mauso yung TV commercials. Bihira na, or makita mo sa Wawawin, or makita mo kay Vice. Pero hindi yun ng buong story. May, yung attention na yon, kailan mo pa rin, yung attention na yon, makikita through intention. Is there intention to learn more, or is there an intention to buy? And where do you end up?
Long
Again,
form.
sa long form, whether it's video or whether it's written.
wow. That's
So
a
they have
unique take.
to play hand in hand pa rin. And that's why even the way our content creation approach namin is, yung short form namin, yun lang yung attention.
Tama.
And then yung long form namin, meron pa kaming mas malaki. And even sa mga katulad nito, I'll give you an example, medyo politics sa current affairs naman. Christian Isguera. Christian Isguera is one of the most successful person na galing ng trad, TV, and then nag-transition to podcasting, and then mga long-form interviews, lives, and then anong ginagawa ng team niya? China-chop-chop yung mga talking points. And then for the rest of the week, yung talking points na yun yung pinipepper
sa
niya as a shorts, and then hahanapin mo yung long form.
So
Kasi
pag na-curious ka, it will lead you to the long
pero ang
form.
galing nung pagka-execute na yung ganun, kasi akala mo, bagong topic, yung pala, sub-topic lang siya doon sa live.
Okay. Let me ask a follow-up question. Since you've said short form is only for attention and long form is for intention, but what's your take in terms of short form content who already push you to buy?
There is still a market for
those.
attention, and then
So I think they call it shoppingtainment.
shoppingtainment. I have a couple of friends who are in the e-commerce din kasi, and that's also the question they parang binabato sa amin. I think there is a threshold for shoppingtainment. Sa TikTok daw, narinig ko na around 300 pesos, people will just go ahead and buy right away. Because yun yung threshold ng it's okay kung pangit, kung
Impulse buying.
Impulse buying. Oo. But pag dumating ka na doon sa high value ticket, unless the product is from a brand equity, garantisado. Ibig sabihin, alam ko na itong phone na to, itong brand na to, matibay talaga to, proven na to for decades na okay to, bibilhin ko na. Kasi ibig sabihin, convinced na sila to buy eh. They're just looking for where to buy.
Yung platform na
Yung
lang.
platform na lang.
hahanapin nila.
Oo. Pero kung hindi, of course, sino ba naman ang bibili ng high-end na kotse na sinabihan lang, sir, may promo dito, gano'n. Di ba? Bibili ka ng kotse? Hindi. Mag-ano ka pa rin.
Mag-research ka.
Mag-research ka pa rin.
So you will
oo.
do your
And then
due
doon na
diligence.
papasok yung mga personal bias mo. Are you brand bias? Are you feature bias? May ibang tao kasi na, for example ako, sorry, I will give you an example. Baka Ford ako, 3 na yung Ford ko. Everest, Territory, Ranger. Tapos
Grabe.
sinasabihan ako ng team ko sa auto team, boss, yung mga pangit naman na kotse binibili mo. Sabi ko kasi, hindi ako, mabrand ako na tao. Pag nasanay na ako sa Ford na ako.
Oh,
I
God.
understand na may
Yeah.
mga limitation, may mga pangit na resale value daw.
Yun na yung mga mahirap baguhin.
After sales, maintenance.
Sinasabihan ako ni Wax, si boss, yung mga utak ni boss, makitid na yan. Hindi mo na yan mababago.
Yeah.
Iikot kami, maghahanap kami ng, anong hinanap natin? Geely. Naghahanap kami ng
Kahit Toyota yung
kahit
i-alok ko,
Toyota.
Ford pa rin pipiliin.
Babalik pa rin
niya.
ako sa Ford. And then I will tell you, I understand na may shortcoming yung brand na to, yung model na to. But I value
Established na rin.
established yung
Brand.
Yung
brand.
brand sa'yo.
Na sira.
May ano ako, may established na sirain daw. Meron akong affinity towards Ford. Parang ganon. Kasi gusto ko ng Mustang. Ito, I'll give you an example. Bakit si Mustang palagi yung parang, uy, may Mustang ka na? Or, kasi yun yung
Aspirational.
quality, aspirational. And then, hindi ko kaya Mustang, territory na lang. Ganon, no?
Pero sabi
So,
nga
kahit sa
nila,
phone, ganon. Pero sa phone, may ganon din. Hindi ko kaya yung high-end na phone nyo, dito ako sa mid-range. Kasi na-establish na yung affinity ko sa brand no, sa brand nyo or sa flagship nyo. Kaya importante sa bawat phone brand, ilabas nyo yung the best nyo na model. Kasi yun yung mag-establish ng trust,
Correct,
ng
correct.
affinity ng consumer. Kung hindi nila kaya, meron
Go
kami
to
iba.
other.
may alternative.
May alternative.
Pero
Kaya-
same brand pa rin.
Same brand pa rin.
Kaya actually in my experience as managing e-commerce here for Honor, there's an increase in refurbished phones. I won't mention the brands, but there is a demand
There is.
because of that specific reason, I think. Okay. This is the favorite buzzword of 2026, especially AI and cybersecurity. So we're seeing a big rise of AI to the point that it's affecting the market of storage and overall tech brands that needs internal storage, no? Ikaw bilang the AI user na Gemini
Hindi, AI
kanina.
na mababaw lang yun.
Do you see AI as a threat or something beneficial towards in our economy or even our current status, I would say?
I think more on beneficial siya sa amin. Kasi sa amin din in terms of our productivity, we incorporate AI na talaga. And hindi kami parang natatakot na maagaw yung work namin ng AI. In fact, ginagamit pa namin yung AI para mas maging productive kami and mas magamit namin yung oras namin sa ibang bagay na yung mga simpleng task, si AI na lang yung gagawa.
Okay. With the question of cybersecurity though, kasi I understand AI is very cloud-based and the reason why it needs a lot of storage, it's because it's learning from previous experiences of users within the internet. No? So, would you say cybersecurity will be a concern with the advent of AI? Will we see increase of, let's say, identity theft or even AI abuse? Kasi right now, everyone could just generate,
Yeah.
let's say, a known actor or a famous person and then gagamitin yung mukha nila to project something na we know na hindi naman yun gagawin supposedly ng taong of influence, basically. So what is your
I think
take
from
on
that
that?
perspective, like deepfakes and similar, kasi ang dami na ngayon, even sa production namin,
Correct.
try namin na i-AI si Wax and then itatype na lang namin yung
Prompt.
Sasabihin.
script niya and then pati boses niya na na rin.
Grabe.
And then nagsasalita na siya pero AI na yun lahat. So we tried that kasi iniisip namin para to make our production more efficient sa shorts, why not use him kasi nahiya siya magsalita daw sa camera.
So AI na lang.
Kasi-
AI na lang gamitin namin. The more pervasive AI becomes at nagiging household term siya, for me, I think better yon because magkakaroon ng awareness ang tao na at one instant, ang unang tanong ng tao, AI ba to or hindi? Unlike before, na hindi pa natin alam na
Yeah.
kaya ba yan ng AI o hindi. So may doubt. Ngayon, ang gusto natin is magiging common siya to the point na ang first question ng consumer or kahit sino, makakita man lang content, AI, baka AI.
Uh-huh.
So, di ba, maganda yon kasi magkakaroon ng, ang unang self-defense natin, doubt talaga palagi.
Correct.
Pagdudahan mo muna siya agad.
Tama.
Oo.
Correct.
So, maganda yan na nagiging normal na yung term na AI at hindi siya parang somewhere out there lang na
Buzzword.
Buzzword lang
Kahit
siya.
yung lola ko when nag-scroll siya minsan nasasabi niya na, ay, AI lang naman to.
So,
So, hindi, normal na siya even with older,
So, but a follow-up question though. Do you think, in the Philippine context, do you think we are ready in terms of the advancements of AIs, or do you think we still need more education? Should we have, for example, Yugatech using your platform as a voice of how to detect deepfakes or how to determine if this is AI or whatnot. So, what do you think? Is the Philippines ready?
I think no country or no sector can claim na ready sila. Oo.
Correct.
I think where it's supposed to be more beneficial, actually ang dami. I'll give you an example. Legal. Imagine mo kung meron kang AI legal assistant na andun na yung buong vocabulary ng jurisprudence ng Supreme Court. Andun na yung lahat ng mga cases. Tapos magtanong ka, ito yung kaso ko.
Valid.
Meron bang related case? Actually, required to in some law firms, required na dapat i-AI mo yung related cases. Para malaman na nangyari na ba to ang kaso na to sa kaso mo. Unlike before na kung sino lang yung malakas magbasa ng mga jurisprudence, siya yung makaalala. Ganito yan. In 2011, nagkaroon ng kaso si Gutierrez versus House of Representatives on impeachment. Kailan natitrigger ang na-initiate ng impeachment? Ngayon, because nasa database of AI na yung body of work na to, okay na siya. Ito pa the other one, before anong nangyari? Pag masakit ulo mo, nawiwiwi ka, parang nilalagnat ka, anong ginagawa mo? Ginugugol mo.
Yeah.
Self-check
Self-check up.
Self-medicate.
Self-medicate. Yeah, exactly.
Ngayon, actually, there's a discussion na one day, ang mga doktor kailangang mag-consult sa AI bago sila magreseta.
Really?
Ano ang tawag mo dito na sinunod ng house? It's called triage. Or ang tawag yun yung sa triage na yung tinatanggal, ito yung mga symptoms, tinatanggal natin kung anong possible sakit to.
Screening.
Hindi, anong tinatawag nila? May team si Dr. House na Oo, yung parang tinatanggal mo yung mga possible sakit based on the symptoms.
symptoms.
So kung meron kang AI
Ruling out, parang ganun.
na medical na tutulong sa'yo,
Checker.
pwede niyang i-input mo doon lahat ng mga symptoms.
I-rule out niya na
Bibigyan ka
kagad.
niya ng possible sakit. Ano ang chances na malaria to? Ano ang chances na dengue to? 55% dengue to.
It's a valid point.
'Di ba? So kung titingnan mo lang from that point of view. Oo. And because of that, ang laki ng tulong nito in terms of economic impact sa education, sa service business. Imagine mo may gusto kong gagawin. Tanong mo lang sa AI anong step by step.
Yeah.
Pupunta ako sa munisipyo namin.
Yeah.
Mag-a-apply ako ng Maynilad. Ano ang step by step na gagawin ko? Dito
Kung
punta ka
available sa
dyan,
AI.
2,200 lang yan. No?
You
Socratic
save a lot
method
of
nga
time.
sabi ni Direk.
Correct.
Di ba?
Yeah.
So kung lahat niyan, if the government uses etong technology na to, marireduce natin ang red tape, corruption, graft, ang dami nating marireduce.
Correct.
Di ba nagkaroon tayo ng ease of doing business na act? Na dapat pag nag-apply ka ng business permit, dapat within 5 days lang.
Yeah,
Kung hindi,
yeah.
deemed approved ka na.
Yes.
So kung gamitin natin yung AI na to, ang daming pwedeng
That's true.
application nito. It reduces turnaround time. It reduces manpower requirements. And ultimately, it empowers people. Kasi educated people, aware, informed.
Yeah.
Informed citizens make for a good citizenry.
Yeah.
Ganun.
I really like this topic, no. But my counter is, I think the percent of, sige, I'm not just gonna generalize it to Filipinos, but the general populace of who think that way is very slim on how to use AI. Because for mainstream, what I see is they just see AI as, can I do this? Can I do that? What can I cook using these ingredients? Or even just a platform to generate images and videos. How would you think, or what would be the solution to increase sana yung mga taong who think that way to not only use AI for, sige, sabihin ko na, selfish needs, basically. So how would you yourself, how would you solve that problem in increasing yung ano pa ba, saan pa ba capable yung AI bukod
I
doon?
think once ma-democratized ang access, democratized yung access I'll give you a few examples na practical. Kailangan pa ba natin ng travel agency kung kayang gawin ng AI?
Yung itinerary.
Yung itinerary mo? O hindi ka mabubudol kung magkano ang babayaran mo doon, magkano yung fees,
That's
magkano yung pamasahe, sino yung pinakamurang airline, ano yung pinakamagandang oras, kung lahat ng ito are in the
Available
knowledge
na.
base. Parang ganoon. So, ang gatekeeping of information or knowledge is democratized. Hindi mo na ma-monetize or hindi magkakaroon ng premium value ang information because democratized na siya. Kahit sino may access sa info. Dati kailangan
That's
ko pa
true.
magtanong, i-refer pa ako doon sa nakakaalam. Pero kung kaya ko yung kunin directly, di ba? Mas okay siya.
But would that kill the need for consultation fees?
Of course, there will be legislation or policy making. Dito dapat papasok ang gobyerno na ano ang pwedeng i-rely kay AI, anong pwedeng kailangan mo na may tao talaga who went through education, went through the test, went through examinations and all that. Kumbaga may professionals pa rin. Professionals will merely validate kung anong sinabi ni AI. So imagine mo pipila ka sa center, sa health center nyo, ganito yung sakit ng anak mo, i-input mo muna ang sakit niya. Tapos meron na siyang possible sakit. Pagkadating kay doc, ando na nakasulat ang mga potential sakit.
Diretso
Sabihin
na
ni doc,
kaagad to,
ito na reseta mo. Pipirmahan na lang ni doc. Imbis na, tanong natin, tigi, inuhin pa kita kung may lagnat ka
Pero
nga.
usog.
Pero usog. Oo. And ultimately, in any technology any advent of technology, there will always be, for me, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
For me, technology is inherently agnostic. Hindi siya kumakabig sa
Tama.
evil or sa good.
Nasa user.
Depende sa paggamit mo.
Depende
Correct.
talaga sa paggamit.
Correct.
Depende rin
Look
sa
at
user.
the video technology, DVD, Blu-ray and all that. Sino ang nagpauso niyan? If not for the porn industry, wala tayong Blu-ray, wala tayong DVD.
Really?
Sila
Hindi
ang
ko alam yun.
nagpasimula.
Really?
Sila ang nagpasimula ng
Nang,
ng technology. Bakit kailangan ng high definition?
that's interesting.
So, thank you, porn.
Thank you,
Okay.
porn. No? May porn after CES in February, may porn convention in Las Vegas.
Interesting.
Kasi lahat ng mga technology, etong mga ganitong sector ang nagpupush.
Yeah.
And then na-adapt na lang general population.
Yeah.
So I think ang dami nating dinaan ng technology na una iniisip natin, makakasama yan. And ultimately, no, kung sobrang widespread na siya, for me, there's always that tendency to go pro-good rather than pro-evil,
Correct.
And there's, of course, enforcement.
Okay. For our viewers, this is just all our opinions, of course, and this is just a very educational discussion. So take everything as with a grain of salt, or
Or let us know what you think in
yeah,
the comment section.
please comment. Ang ganda ng discussion, guys, so might as well engage with us. Okay, so thank you for that, no, for the sharing. To help our viewers, then, no, let me ask each one of you. I'm sure you guys use AI on a daily basis or some sort of AI in your day to day. Can you share what's your
Si Wax,
favorite
hindi
prompt?
mabubuhay na walang AI.
What ano yung favorite prompt niyong ginagawa? So let's start
Wax
with you.
muna.
Kat.
Sikat muna, sikat.
I-finale natin si Wax.
Si Boss Wax.
Ako siguro in terms of script writing, gumagawa na kasi ako ng talking points ko or basically parang whole script na rin siya. And then, ang prompt ko lang lagi is, please enhance this in a fun and engaging way na relatable sa viewers, consumers.
Fun and engaging way.
So,
Galing,
yun mostly yung gamit ko for AI.
Okay, Sir Abe.
Ako sobrang outside of work. It's still work but it's outside of work.
What do you mean?
I'll give you an example. So, magpapatayo kami ng sarili naming building for Yugatech. So, ang ginawa ko is, gusto ko malaman, para hindi ako mabudol sa presyo ng materials. So, I would ask, I'm going to build a 6 by 8 square meter, 3 floors, 3-story building. How many hollow blocks do I need? How much paint do I need? How many...
Grabe.
ganon. And then, ililista niya.
Parang yung blockchain bill, shout out.
Blockchain bill. And then, ipapa-explain sa kanya what's the cost difference kung gusto ko ng
Grabe, no?
pure cement or metal, so that pagkausapin ko si engineer, hindi ako mukhang walang alam.
Oo.
Hindi ako mabubudol ni engineer tsaka ni architect. So for me, it's like I want to educate myself before talking about, especially with people na in their profession. Kasi hindi naman pwede kahit sa lawyer. Kasi
You have to be
recently ang
prepared.
dami kong kaso. Private. Oo. Bago ko kausapin ng abogado ko, na-research ko na lahat.
That's
At
good.
hinaalam ko na yung mga related cases or jurisprudence. Alam ko na yung itatanong ko
Grabe,
sa lawyer ko. Pero sa work, wala masyado kasi mahilig pa rin ako
Analog.
nakasanayan ko
Analog
naman
pa rin.
typo.
Pero yung
Nakasanayan.
natin, di ba? Yung mga CRM.
Pero ang dami naming tools.
Yeah,
So we re-engineered yung WordPress para mag-automate ng sobrang napakaraming parang prompts. Example, so iba sa amin nakakalimutan na i-promote sa Facebook, tapos mag-comment na maglagay ng link sa article. So yung system namin ngayon, pagka-publish mo nag-article,
Automatic
Pwede
na siya.
automatically
Facebook.
nagpo-post siya sa Facebook.
Galing,
Automatically, ilalike niya yung
Yung post.
Facebook post. Tapos, mag-leave siya ng comment. Full story here
Pati
with
yung
link to our website.
pag-generate ng image.
Pag-generate
automatic
ng
na rin.
image na featured image, automate niya
Anong
yan.
software to? it's okay to share.
Vibe code ng ano namin.
Technical.
Ng technical namin ni B-Boy. Vibe coded siya. So, ako magsasabi ng feature, yung vibe code niya. Even yung CRM namin ngayon. Ito yung project, ito yung, for example, ito yung campaign. And then kaninong papasang team lead.
Yeah.
Naka-CRM siya lahat na customized.
So minsan nagmi-meeting kami. So kami tatlo, then si B-Boy. And may isang AI na kung ano man yung gamit na AI ni B-Boy na
Cloud code.
kinakausap niya
And
para
Opus.
i-improve yung mga bagay-bagay na kailangan
Tapos
namin.
ito pa yung the best. Pag nagmi-meeting kami, yung ano na lang, i-record mo na lang. And then isa-summarize niya later ang pinag-meetingan namin. Di ba dati, oy, Wax, sino magsusulat ng
Minutes of the meeting.
Minutes of the meeting yan.
Oo.
Hindi na, nire-record na lang yung usapan.
Tama.
And then kahit Taglish, kahit anong language pa yan.
Auto-transcribe siya?
Auto-transcribe siya. Oo.
Galing. Ito na. For the finale.
Finale.
Wax.
Pero
Alam ko na yung sagot ko.
Since, what's your favorite prompt?
what is
Please improve this.
please improve this. Hindi,
Nag-post siya ng for sale na kotse. Sa dulo, please
hoy,
improve
walang
this.
ganon yun, walang ganon. Ako, very responsible sa
Very
paggamit ng
responsible.
AI. So, yung mga prompt na ganon, dinatanggal ko.
Sige, anong favorite prompt mo?
Usually pag sa Excel, minsan,
My guy.
si AI na yung nagpo-formulate ng mga
Formulas.
kailangan ko sa sheets. Hindi, wala na yung formula. Siya na mismo. Parang explain ko lang sa kanya, kailangan ko ng gantong column, gantong row, ang total nito, ganun-ganon. So, parang yung AI na yung nag-generate ng buong file ko.
Ng
And then,
buong file
i-input na lang namin yung manually, yung mga kailangan, ganun. And when in terms naman sa outside ng work, minsan pag nag-check ako ng kotse, so pipicturean ko lang like yung engine bay, tapos tatanong ko kay AI kung saan yung dapat silipin, ano yung kailangan tignan when checking second-hand cars. Ganon. Kahit ultimo dun sa gulong,
So, di mo na kailangan ng mekaniko kung maghanap.
mas maganda
At least
pa rin. Pero,
mami-minimize.
Minimize.
pero kunyari, kahit sa gulong, nakikita niya kung ilan pa yung tread light
Tread
neto, kung palitin na to.
Grabe.
And sasabihin, meron
Ganito
din
pala
siyang,
yun?
meron din siyang
photo.
knowledge na kung ano yung common issue dun sa coaching
Sa kotse
ganito.
na yan. Para yun i-check mo.
Oo. And then also, kung ano yung market value, kung sulit ba to, siya na yung advisor kung go bang bilhin yung mga gantong bagay or hindi.
May-
Mag-ano rin naman siya mag-apply sa ibang bagay din.
Mag-apply din
May
sa-
pangalan na ba yung AI mo? Baka
Hindi, pinaprompt lang yan, tapos copy and paste na lang yan.
Lahat yun, ganun na lang.
Meron lang siyang notes. So, isa yan sa mga na-appreciate ko kasi sa kanila before, anything legal, anything formal, boss, pa-check nga ako. Boss, paggawa na nga ganito. Ngayon, sabi niya, boss, check mo kung tama to. Uy, parang gawang abogado
Parang in general, ang
good.
pinakatulong talaga ng AI is it saves time sa atin. Kasi yung time is something na di na natin mababalik.
I think yung main selling point ng AI is convenience, I would say. Making life
Ang
easier.
dami niyang pwedeng, parang isipin mong meron kang secretary
Ganon.
na nag-research para sa'yo.
tama.
Uy, paki-ganito naman, paki-ganon naman.
Yeah.
Oo.
Pipirmahan mo na lang yung document na pinagawa
Hindi
ko.
ko naisip kasi may bigasan ako. Tapos yung manager ko doon sa bigasan, sinusulat niya sa papel yung benta niya per day since October. Inutusan ko yung isang tao ko, pakilipat nga nito sa Excel. Pwede palang picturean ko, no? Tapos sabi ko, paki-account ng lahat ng benta niya at magkano yung total na sako, magkano yung total niya per month, ilan yung nabenta na 25 sacks, 10 kilo, 5 kilo. Pag uwi ko, papagawa ko yan.
Ayos ah.
O minsan talaga, hindi mo mabibigla ka na lang na kaya pala gawin ng AI to. Ganon. Sendan ko lang ng picture, ganon.
So, masasabi natin AI talaga very useful as long as it's used in the right ways, I would say. Okay.
For me, ang biggest con or parang problem ko sa AI, ang hirap basahin ng tao. Hindi ko alam kung magaling ka or hindi. Pero ang alam ko lang, magaling ka mag-prompt.
Okay na yun.
So there was a time, we had a town hall and I had a writing seminar, news writing seminar. Sa mga tao ko, 6-7 sila. No internet. And then, project ko sa TV yung press release. Sabi ko, in 15 minutes, gawan mo ako ng 200 word na news nito. halos walang pumasa.
Grabe yun.
Oo. Kasi nga, ang tao na sobrang
Nasanay
nasanay
na.
talaga na may internet. Kaya si Wak sabi niya, babagsak tayo nito, walang internet. Ganun, no?
Ay, pasado ako nun.
Yun lang yung
Main
kailangan
con.
ingatan siguro from the employer or from the business side na akala mo, wow, impressive. Ganun.
Hindi, minsan kasi dahil sobrang nagre-rely na sa AI, parang tamad nang mag-isip yung tao ng parang, gawin na lang lahat, ganun.
That's true. Yun din. Pero, yeah, babalik rin talaga sa nakadepende talaga siya whoever uses it eh. Okay. So, let's go to our next question. Grabe, ang sobrang bigatin ng mga answers and discussions natin. No? So, ito naman, Yugatech being one of the, I would say, one of the oldest partners ni Honor, tama ba, in the media industry. What's your take in how the marketing style or how Honor promotes its new phones? Honest opinion. Honest opinion.
Yan na yung warranting tinatanong.
Ayan na, nako.
Tama ba tinanong ko to? Yun.
Sure ka? Sure ka ba sa tanong na yan?
Diba, si Honor is very, last
Very
launch nila is
aggressive.
very aggressive na ipakita na durable yung phone and all. But when it comes to, laging meron siyang fine print na
Lahat
water
naman-
damage.
lahat
Lahat,
naman
naman ng
fine
brand,
print.
di ba? Lahat ng brand, ganon. Pero kung feeling ko, kung sobrang confident ng Honor na matibay yung phone nila in terms of durability, bakit hindi nila,
Warranty.
hindi sila yung unang brand na magko-cover ng ganon? Kasi kung confident naman silang,
Sasagutin ko si Wax.
Okay, sir.
Prone to abuse.
That's true.
Mabuti kung magsasabi ng totoo yung customer mo.
Yeah.
Kung paano nasira.
pero hindi nga nasisira sa marketing ano eh.
Hindi, pero kumbaga, meron pa ring line.
Yeah.
Saan dito yung accidental? Saan dito yung intentional? Saan dito yung may intention to fraud?
Correct.
Diba? Pwedeng mamili lang ako ng mga sirang phones.
Ay sa marketing kasi
Pero yun nga,
intentional
Na
yung
intentional.
pag ano eh.
Content.
So, yes, di ba? So,
Ano?
sometimes,
Kasi parang-
the messaging, it's in the messaging.
Kasi parang pinapakita mo sa tao na okay lang gawin mo to sa cellphone mo.
Hindi okay na mangyari to sa cellphone mo. May fine print pa ulit.
Yeah.
Not that I'm, not that I'm defending Honor.
Yeah.
What
We
I'm
understand.
saying is, I'm
Why
going
we
to
do
put
it.
my PR hat and I would say that sila lang yung may lakas ng loob.
Pero very effective
Anybody can
naman
do
eh.
this. Some tried to do this. Hindi lang nila siguro kayang panindigan
Tama.
yung buong narrative.
Yeah.
Oo. There is always a risk in doing this kind of marketing. And in the US, this is pretty common. Dito lang sa Pilipinas na meron tayong ASC, Truth in
totoo.
Advertising. Pero in the US, this is
Brand-
common.
May name drop pa nga
May
sa
name
US.
dropping sa US. Walang bawal sa US na itapat mo yung isang brand over
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
Dito lang sa Pilipinas. So I think from a PR publicity standpoint, medyo ang lakas ng loob ni Honor got balls.
And
Parang
Very effective naman eh kasi ang daming nakakaalam ng Honor.
Kasi
sa
basically, as a consumer, hindi ka naman bibili ng phone para itapon-tapon yung phone mo, di ba? Kumbaga, magkakaroon ka lang ng sense of, paano ba to? Sense of assurance and security na, ay, okay lang na kahit medyo clumsy ako, okay lang mahulog yung phone ko. Kumbaga, ganun yung dating sa akin.
and it remains to be tested. Ultimately, if quote-unquote misled or false advertising, may pupunta ka man, mag-DTI ko kung sa tingin mo
Tama.
na misled ka talaga, di ba? There's always controls for that. But by the fact na hindi pa tayo nakarating doon, ibig sabihin, it's a fine line, but it's a line in the, parang ganon.
Natatawid basically.
Natatawid, oo.
Ayun.
Yun lang. Kasi, for example, I'll give you a classic example. Sony, in 2010, 2011, sila nagpauna ng waterproof. The Z-series.
Water resistant.
Oo, the water resistant. Z-series. At yun ang sinasabi nila. Tapos, nababakbak yung rubber
Yung
seal.
flap.
Tapos pumapasok. na DTI yun. Nag-stop
Totoo.
yun. Nag-stop yung marketing na yun. Kasi nga, ultimately, lahat naman ng phones, lahat naman ng phones, dinadaan sa toughest test. It's up to the brand kung gusto
How
nilang
far?
panindigan o hanggang saan nila gusto panindigan.
Tama.
Some, they go through the IP rating certification. Others go through the XO Mark certification. Depende na lang kung gusto mong panindigan yan. Ultimately, ang habal lang naman dito, and we understand, you want noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
After that, meron pa rin namang determination, will people buy it or not? Diba? After they bought the A, will they buy the B? Will they buy the C?
Babalik sa intention to buy.
Mabalik pa rin sa intention.
Okay.
So, kung kakagat, edi kumagat. Parang gano'n.
Choice naman nila.
Choice naman.
Okay. Thank you. Sige, so that's it for the toughest question segment. So you guys survived.
Hopefully,
Hinga.
hindi siya makat.
Okay. Ay, mga name drops doon. So, bahala na kayo dyan sa mag-edit. So, for this segment, we want to share what Honor has in store for, I think this would be Honor's most affordable smartphone for 2026. And we want to check kung ano ba ang insights nyo dito. So, to
dalawa.
reveal,
Isa-isa muna.
that is Honor's new X5 series, the Honor X5C Plus. So, please do your fresh unboxing. Close up.
Okay.
Same lang.
May plus.
Ito plus din siya.
Tayo
Wala.
pakita sa cam.
Ayan siya.
So, unbox mo na, Sir Abe. Sir.
May live
So,
reaction pala
May live
dito.
reaction dapat It's our first time to unbox. So,
Oo
kung
nga
ano yung reaction na dito, whether it be good or bad,
Cut ito.
totoo yan lahat.
May kuko.
Cutter.
It comes
May cutter
in
kayo.
ocean cyan color.
Ano to? Ito.
Ay, yun.
Ayun.
Oh, ganun pala siya.
Ganun.
Paano ba ang unboxing vlogger? So, ano?
Gaganon-ganon muna.
Ayan na. Yan. Tapos,
Ilapit mo sa mic.
kailangan yung may kuko.
Walang kuko eh.
Okay.
Pakita mo doon. Yan.
As usual, we are greeted by the phone. Pero let's set that aside para merong
Yan.
suspense.
Suspense.
Do the honor na cut. Diretso na ako sa phone.
Facing.
Shell case. Naka-charge
Paperwork.
naman yan out of box kung gusto mo i-on. Oh, diba?
Ito na, exciting part. We have different colors.
Sige, pakita
So
mo
ito
dito.
is...
Ocean.
Midnight
Ocean
Silver
blue.
and Ocean... Ay, ano yun? Ocean Sign and Midnight Silver.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the official...
Yeah.
So, for our audience, no, Wax and Cat, can you tell them what's your first impressions about overall phone, the looks, the specs? So, I think... Yan,
Ano?
so...
Kamukha niya yung... May kamukha siyang honor last... ano ba yun?
Honor X5B ba?
Baka.
Mas malaki lang siya.
Oh,
Yes,
kasi
it's
plus.
bigger.
Si
Kasi plus.
Pero you have other variants of this?
Or plus lang.
Plus lang.
yung for the Philippines, we're only launching yung
The
plus
plus,
variant. But we do have the non-plus for our other regions. So our price in Shopee is a whopping 2,000 pesos off. So they can get that phone for
Oh, diba?
4,999
5K lang.
if they buy in
5K lang.
Shopee. Yeah, but that's for ano lang po, Feb 26 to March 6.
So dapat, bago mag-March 6, makabili na kayo nito.
Yeah. So exclusively in Honor's official page in Shopee. Ayun.
Malaking phone.
It's a big phone.
So I think that's our way for our consumers na medyo price averse and they just want a practical phone for daily use. I think that's the best unit for them, basically. Okay. So it already has 120 hertz with 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. Expandable to 1 terabyte. O, di ba? Nag-review ako direct. Okay. With posting 5,260 milliamperes
4+4,
battery and 35 watts, 25 watts of charging.
Di pa
Kung
sure eh.
nakukulangan
Di pa
kayo,
sure.
may 4+4 na ano
Oo, na
Virtual RAM.
Ayun, virtual RAM yung 4. Yan. Okay? Sige. So, show them the phone muna sa cam. And
ganun, no?
we'll talk about that more later. Okay? So, our next segment is actually continuation of the toughest talk questions.
Okay.
Di pa rin tapos.
Hindi pa tapos yun.
There's only one question na lang din.
Okay.
eh.
Ano lang pala.
I think anyone could answer this question. So, what would you say is the biggest impact that Yugatech as a whole contributed to the general Philippine tech industry?
Siguro Yugatech helped a lot in terms of when purchasing techs muna before buying it, kasi you get a tech savvy point of view from them, so malalaman mo if the phone that you're buying, or not even phone, any gadgets, is worth it for you to buy, and if it's practical.
Okay.
Siya for me.
So, parang babalik lang tayo sa kung paano nag-start yung Yugatech, na parang siya yung tanungan mo if worth it ba bilhin to, ganun. Para ka lang nakikipag-usap either sa kamag-anak, sa kaibigan, na may tiwala yung tao sa'yo na sinasabi mo yung totoo about this phone, and
Tama.
ikaw yung isa sa parang tutulong sa kanila to decide whether to purchase this gadget or smartphone.
Actually, keyword tiwala.
I think I have a different
Sir,
perspective siguro dahil I had a front seat nung sinimulan ko
Experience.
talaga to at nakita ko kung paano nag-evolve yung industry. One of the things na napansin ko is because nag-set si Yugatech ng trend eh. Before the whole idea of blogging became popular in the Philippines, nasimulan na siya, nagkaroon ng case study na, may alternative source of information na hindi naman pwedeng si Yugatech lang andito. Na ang buong impact niya is there's a whole industry ng creators, whether influencer man sila, vlogger man sila, TikToker man sila, na pwede pa lang ito yung career mo, or pwede pa lang ito yung industry na magsa-thrive ka. No? And it's a classic example na kung may passion ka sa tech, pwede pa lang ma-enjoy mo siya at pwede pala siyang source of income mo.
Okay.
And I've been friends with so many people who have been in this industry for more than a decade na rin. Hanggang ngayon, andito sila. And I think, as a whole, parang maganda na yung mga players or mga creators or publishers in the industry,
Yeah.
they both continue to encourage and continue to challenge. Encourage to do more and to challenge to do something, to do better.
Okay.
Hindi naman pwedeng parang iniisip ko, what if si Yugatech lang ang gumagawa nito hanggang ngayon? Siguro, tamad si Yugatech. Kasi wala namang nag-challenge sa kanya. Wala namang nagsiset ng a higher standard. When we were starting, we were video averse. Ayaw ko ng YouTube, ayaw ko marap sa camera.
Puro written lang.
Nabuhay ako nasulat lang eh. But there were other friends or competitors na pumasok sa YouTube, nauna sila,
Yeah.
ginandahan nila, and then na-realize ko, kailangan ko rin
Pwede
makipag-compete. Pwede
Yeah,
pala. Pero ayaw ko, so, sige, kunin ko na lang si Wax. Si Wax na lang harap sa camera. And the same way na may ginagawa kaming something bago na gagayahin din or i-challenge din. So I think that healthy ecosystem na may competition, na may maraming iba-ibang players has made this industry very dynamic. And naging ganito na to ngayon. Ang dami mo ng alternative.
Ang daming options.
Ang dami ng options.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy and likewise proud na, ang dami na natin. Dati nape-pressure talaga ako. Iti-text ako ni Tony Velasquez, I'm sure may bago ka ng iPhone. Parang gusto kong sabihin, Tony, marami pang iba. Hindi lang ako.
Okay. 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 Thank you for that, guys. No. I would say, for me personally, as a consumer of your product, Yugatech, since college days, I personally want to say thank you for your contributions to the Philippine tech industry. Um, I think you guys deserve to be appreciated more with what you do. You guys are basically heroes to tech nerds like me out there, I would say. So before we end, no, our podcast is actually coming to a close. Do you guys want to share anything to our younger audiences or people who want to start their journey in maybe media or PR or in general content creation, no, on how they could start?
Ikaw,
Ganon.
Kasi sabi mo, hindi ka maano, pero nakapasok ka dito. Boss ka na.
hindi.
Oh. Kung gusto yung profit share, guys. Yun.
I think si Kat muna yung mauna kasi she experience
Inspiring
it
words
all.
from Miss Kat.
Kailangan yung humanap na mabait na boss na magbibigay sa inyo ng opportunity. Hindi, no. So, kidding aside, there's no the proper time para mag-start ka. Kailangan mo lang talaga, kasi sa umpisa talaga nakakatakot. But you have to face your fears para when that time comes, walang regrets na sana pala gantong age pa lang ginawa ko na, sana pala ganito, ganyan. So, yun.
Para mawala yung what if, no?
Yes.
How about you, Sir Wax?
Um,
Hi, Gemini muna.
Kasi hindi naman ako content creator as whole. So ako yung nasa back end ng
Or kahit
Yugatech.
writers na gusto lang.
Mag-AI na lang kayo. Dahil joke lang. Mas magaling na yun siguro. Ay, ano lang, kung gustong walang proper timing as according to Kat na kung kailan mag-start, gawin mo na agad and mahirap na magkaroon ka ng what if. Dapat i-conquer mo yung fear mo. Kagaya na tong podcast na to, kinonquer ko lang din tayo kasi first time ko lang din gawin to.
Sa bagay, there's a saying in trade na time in the market beats timing the market nga
Yeah.
naman talaga. How about you, Sir Abe? Do you have
I
any
think,
words?
marami kasing siguro mga exaggerated expectations. No? So ako, I would say manage expectations. When some people say, gustong-gusto ko yung trabaho nyo, ang galing, ang ganda ng ginagawa nyo, hindi talaga siya ganun lang, kadali.
I
You put
agree.
in the time, the effort. Imagine mo minsan magre-review ka ng product na hindi mo gusto at wala kang interest pero kailangan mong aralin.
Okay.
Hindi to siya parang gusto ko lang kasi makakalikot, makahawak ng bagong phone, yung high-end phone, mahawakan ko lahat. Pero pag bigyan kita ng router, sige. Review mo nga 1,500 words. Aabutin ka ng isang buwan. Actually. Ganun, oo.
Minsan,
So-
ina-assign ko siya printer eh.
Oo, print boss. Walang may gustong mag-review. Ikaw na lang, printer. Ano. Pero yun nga, kasi we look at what we do as work. As service to our audience. So hindi kami pwedeng pumili lang na, ito maganda. O eto, sobrang okay. Eto, bilhin nyo. Hindi yun yung trabaho namin. Ang trabaho namin is to look at each and every one,
Correct.
regardless kung gusto namin siya or hindi.
Na non-biased
Yung
opinion.
na non-biased opinion na as if kami mismo bibili. Oo. So, manage expectations na this is not all happy and
Yeah.
easy and ang dali
Na
lang.
video-video lang,
Oo.
ganun.
Guys, okay talaga to. Guys, bilhin nyo to. Guys,
Yung mga-
check the yellow
Yellow
yellow basket.
basket.
Hindi lang siya ganon. Of course, may mga gumaganon. Not to disparage yung ibang nagaganon. But
Yeah.
kung gusto niyo talaga ng approach na makikita kayong unbiased at hindi lang tawag doon influencer approach or kasi iba yun eh.
Yeah.
Ang labas mo doon parang nagpo-promote ka lang.
Tama.
Oo. Di marketing yung ginagawa mo. Pero kung ang gusto mo is mag-review, ang gusto mo is mag-inform, dapat you
Or
have
sharing
to...
your voice.
This is a buffet pero lahat-lahat kailangan mong
Try.
tikman, itry. Oo.
Okay.
Hindi ka pwedeng
Hindi lang yung favorite mo lang yung gagawin.
Oo, hindi lang yung favorite mo lang yung gagawin mo. So, there are times na kahit kami sawang-sawa na talaga. And we have people lalapit sa papasok sa office ko magsasabing, boss, paano mo to nagagawa? Kasi writers na tawag mo
Writer's
dyan?
block?
Writer's block na ako, ganon. Sabi ko, tumingin ka sa dingding.
Pag may kumausap sa'yo, yun na yun.
Kaya ako, nag-ML lang ako eh. Pag, for example, pagod na ako magsulat, ML ako, kaya that's why ini-encourage ko yung tao ko, do something else.
Yeah.
Kasi magsasawa ka talaga sa
Tama.
ginagawa mo na to. Pero kung nag-enjoy ka doon, pagbalik mo dito, baka may renewed energy ka na
Tama.
magsulat ulit. Gano'n.
Tama.
Pero ano ko yan siya, incentive ko yan sa sarili ko.
Okay.
Na pag for example, nakatapos na ako ng isang full review, wow, satisfied ako. Bigyan
Laro.
natin ng sarili
Game
natin
time.
dalawang laro. Gano'n.
Okay. So to summarize everyone's words, no? So basically it's number 1, building the trust of your audience. Number 2, if you think kung kailan ba dapat mag-start, don't think, just do it now is the right time. And number 3 is if you think you lose inspiration, maghanap lang kayo ng something that will keep yourself busy. And then once you have that renewed energy, do it all over
That's the
again.
reason why if you look at some of the creators na sobrang sikat, sina Kamangyan, yung mga nagluluto, yung mga travel vloggers, because these are things na gustong-gusto nila.
Gawin, oo.
At nakipagkwentuhan lang sila.
Tama.
So tuloy parang sa kanila, it's not work.
Okay.
Oo.
Thank you for that. Those very inspiring words, no. So with that, that ends our toughest question segment. So I just want to ask you guys, does Yugatech, do you want to plug anything? Do you have anything exciting coming this 2026?
Hindi, lang. Just subscribe to Yugatech.
And would like to congratulate Honor for being awarded Brand
Thank
of the
you.
Year
Yes.
sa
Yeah.
Yugatech Choice
Thank you.
Awards
Thank you.
2025.
Thank you.
Oh, ang sipag ng promodizer bumoto.
Thank you. Thank you. The new Honor X5C Plus is now available in Shopee for an exclusive price of 4,999 pesos in
Yellow
Honor's official store in
May
Shopee.
yellow basket ba to?
Orange bag. Orange bag.
Orange bag.
Orange bag for Shopee.
Okay.
So, guys, grab nyo na hanggang March 6 lang yung promo. Less 2K. Imagine
Ang laki ng
2K.
bawas, ha?
Plus,
Kung
kung wala
bumili si Wax, so
Oh,
sinibenta
diba?
niya sa marketplace.
kung wala pa kayong cash, pwede pa yung Shopee Pay later. As low as, I think 32 pesos per day yata yung computation namin. So, ganun siya. So again, that's it for episode 3 of The Toughest Stop. I'm Isi de Guzman from Honor Philippines. Don't forget to catch us every Friday at 5 p.m. in Honor's official Facebook page, Spotify, and YouTube. So that's it for us today. And thank you again, Yugatech, for being with us and spending this time with
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Dapat
Bye.
dapat may award si Wax for surviving this podcast.